So, welcome back, everybody. Last time, you guys made your way to the goblin village of Yelyark, where you met Queen Grabstab and and the rest of the biting ant tribe of goblins. Explained really who Asher was and who you were, and you claimed that you were a group known as Asher's 11, and that Asher had arrived to be their new deity, as it were, through the help of Snub Snub and Darius dispatching one of these goblin scouts that kind of stopped you in the jungle. You were deemed worthy, brought forward to meet Queen Grabstab, and after a conversation, kind of had her, on board. Asher did some like sideshow wizard trick with a little pendant you guys threw together. Presented it to her as a replacement for her amulet that she was already wearing, and kind of this like somewhat of a celebration was kind of held. You were, Asher and Darius put on like a small sparring match show of sorts, and then the rest of you guys kind of took small groups of their young goblin children, showed them some things. It was a good old time for retreating for the evening. During which time Flint managed to sort of filch the amulet that Queen Grafstab was wearing off of her neck while she slept, and you all departed early the next morning, the rest of the goblins none the wiser. After a day's journey with a bit of excitement upon the discovery of this zombified Tyrannosaurus within, you guys found this curious light up ring. And after dispatching the Tyrannosaur and the zombies that were lodged within, setting up camp for the evening, resting for the night, before you guys were approached by this frost giant who called herself Thyra. She informed you that her and her kind were in Choltz searching for a man by the name of Artist Climber, who you recalled was the same man that I believe it was Syndra Sylvain had mentioned to you back in Port Nyanzaru, a member of the Harpers, and as Thyra informed you, possessor of the Ring of Winter, what she called evil ring that was not safe in the hands of a mortal man. She threw some zombies quite a ways, and afterwards, you guys all settled down for the evening. Some of you heavier than others after drinking some of Tira's alcohol, her blessed ale. And as such, we find ourselves the next morning, you guys waking up after a good night's rest in the relative safety of this frost giant in your camp. The day is just beginning. What are you guys gonna do?
Well, we were fuck out of there. Yeah, we were
Okay.
going to do important god business.
Important god business. Alrighty, so you guys heading out of camp and continuing on through the jungle itself.
Yeah, we don't have boats anymore.
So yeah, so you're still kind of in the thick of the jungle still. You know, not quite. You weren't quite able to make your way back to the river where you had left your canoes. So, which who's gonna be your navigator for the day, and which direction do you guys want to head in?
Uh, Can't we just follow the river down?
You're currently not really at the river.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Looking at the pin
Mm-hmm.
on the map.
Mm-hmm.
I think at least we should navigate.
Yeah. It's a question of, do we just head southwest and hope, or do we head southeast? Go for the river?
I mean, probably southeast.
Okay. Southeast it is.
Okay. So, Huckvar, you know the drill. Go ahead and make your survival check. Okay. So.
This is gonna be good.
All right. So, continue on. Just a moment here. Okay. So moving on, heading southeast. At this point, you know just to ask as well, what's your guys' pace for the day?
Like normal?
Normal.
Okay, normal pace, sure thing. Alrighty, so continuing on through the day. It's, you know, now that you've kind of begun to hit, you kind of went off the marked map to make your way to this goblin village, and trying to backtrack your way back onto the sort of landmarked locations you've kind of oriented yourself with. You're sort of finding it hard to really figure out where you're at. This point, you know, you spend a good amount of time traveling in what direction you believe to be southeast, and something about this seems to kind of trip you up, get you turned around. Let me remove that. You spend the better part of the morning traveling and still don't really come up upon the river itself.
We just keep heading what we think is the south
Yeah.
direction.
Okay. All right. So continuing on throughout the day, as you travel, you eventually kind of come to this small, section of the forest. It's kind of into the afternoon at this point, where you see these sort of weird shimmering rocks, you know, strewn about this small kind of grove in these clearings.
Shimmering rocks in a clearing?
Yeah, so like you kind of like find yourself in this sort of small grove-ish area, and then within this grove that you're in, these kind of weird shimmering rocks are sort of strewn about.
Are they in a shape?
Make a perception check. $21. So, not quite in like a recognizable shape. There is like a larger sort of a central rock, and within that rock, you notice this small thing, almost like a small humanoid figure, seems to be kind of poking its head around the corner of the rock, watching you before darting back and hiding behind it.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about this. I'm not stepping around there.
Yeah, probably.
Should we back up?
Back up, go around it, reorientate ourselves.
Keep watch that direction.
Sure. Okay. Okay. So continue on. You kind of have that like slight nagging sensation that something or someone is watching you. But as you kind of turn to look, you never quite catch what it seems to be. Asher, you seem to at times turn and kind of catch glimpses of what looked like the creature, maybe, but then you kind of look closer and seems to have faded out of view or hidden itself in some way. It's small, maybe no taller than 6 or 7 inches, little tiny thing.
Mm-hmm.
And as you kind of get deeper into the jungle, you know, you start to you leave this sort of shimmering grove, and you no longer see, you know, it's kind of hard to keep track of as you get deeper into the jungle. But as you guys continue a little bit further, you eventually, you know, kind of find the sky grows darker. You're still pretty deep into the thick of the jungle here, and kind of start to, you know, get the feeling you may want to maybe want to start looking for camp. It seems to be getting later into the evening at this point.
We never came across the river or anything, did we?
You did not.
We missed it.
All jungle.
Yeah. But good news is it's not like we can really get that lost.
I mean, other than the fact that we have no idea where we are right now.
We have a general idea where we are.
Is it starting to get dark, or is it already dark?
It's probably pushing like 6-7 p.m.
Can I go up in the trees and look around for the river?
Sure. If you'd like.
Let's see if I can look around and see it from here.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and make a perception check. 16. So you climb up on top of the trees, you take a long look. Don't quite see a river. It is pretty solid, just looks like almost a sea of dark green.
Can you see the mountains?
Nope.
I mean,
Okay.
from where you guys were at the top of the tree, you would be able to see Bumblebee, the sort of the mountain range, you know, quite a ways off to the distance, like very faintly on the edge of the horizon.
Yeah, so we know where we
Yeah,
are.
I'll point out the way to the mountain range to Hugfar has the map, I think.
Yeah.
So at least in the morning we can try to...
Yep. Makes sense.
Okay.
We have to be somewhere around like this area.
Okay.
Can't be drawing. Pure drawing.
What?
I mean, if you were drawing or anything, we couldn't see it, but
Oh, weird.
Okay.
set ring catchers and everything once we get camp going.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sure thing. So standard, you know, nighttime setup. Um, who do you want to have taking the first watch?
I'll do
Take
first
it.
watch.
Okay.
I'll do second.
I'll do
Okay.
third.
All right. Easy. Easy peasy. So, you guys break out the couple tents, set up all of your rain catchers, and it's been a relatively dry day. It hasn't been like a scorching, like drought-like day. I mean, you've kind of grown accustomed to the weather now in Cholt, and even on hotter, drier days, there still is some amount of rain that kind of persists through the day and occasionally into the evening. But as you guys all settle down to rest, and Asher, you take the first of the night's watch, go ahead and make a perception check, please. 5. All right. So, this is one such time where the rain has kind of picked up again. And now that you guys are, finding yourself deeper within the jungle, any form of rain that does make it past the canopy of trees really starts to kind of hinder your vision here. And as such, taking watch, even with your dark vision, it's hard to sort of distinguish what is going on outside of the small little area around the camp. A few hours pass. Sound of, water droplets hitting pools of water inside the rain catchers. Pretty uneventful.
Alright, I'll go wake up Bumblebee.
Okay. Bumblebee. Asher shakes you awake. As you begin to rise and take your watch, you kind of try to stay a little bit out of the water as you can, out of the rain if you can. Anything you're doing?
Nope. Just gonna try and stay close. If I can get up in the branches and find the dry spot,
Sure.
I can see everyone.
Alright. Go ahead. Climb up your branch and make your perception check. 6.
We're killing it.
You guys are killing it tonight, man. Alright. So, up high, you look out, and what was a sea of green before in dusk, now, well into the evening, is pretty much, as far as you can see out sort of to the edge of your, 60-foot range, and anything beyond is just within your, the stretch of your dark vision is primarily, just these various, shades of gray along the treetop canopies, and occasionally you see like a night bird or something along those lines, sort of, fly from tree to tree. You don't quite really pick up on anything moving around, and kind of past that 60-70 foot or so radius around you, it's just dark, just darkness.
I will wake up Huckfar if it's that time.
Okay.
Okay.
So a few hours
And then
pass.
sleep in his tent.
Okay. So, Huckfar, anything you're doing?
Just keeping watch.
Okay. Okay. So, you begin to take your watch. About an hour or so into it, you see a small... In the darkness, it almost looks to be floating a small white little kind of tribal looking mask. Maybe no larger than 3 or 4 inches in length. That is just outside the camp.
Sorry, cat came in. Correct.
You're fine.
What did you say?
So you take a look out and around the camp, and it's about an hour or so into your watch. This small, kind of oblong or oval-shaped white tribal-looking mask seems to be almost floating through the air, just on the edge of camp. Maybe about 4 inches in length.
I'll try and kind of sneak around towards it.
Okay. Make a stealth check. 16. Okay.
Man, these.
So, kind of trying to keep it in your sight. Making your way slowly towards it. You kind of watch as it seems to not necessarily be like hostile towards you so much as it seems to just be observing. And as you approach, it doesn't. You notice it doesn't really ever break its kind of gaze on you. Like it seems to be still watching you. And as you get a little bit closer to it, it doesn't seem to run or hide. And you do start to kind of take in the full size of this, whatever this thing is. Seems to be like a small humanoid-looking creature of about 12 inches of height. It's kind of, it keeps a small distance from you, but it doesn't seem to be running. It almost seems to just be still watching you.
I'll go back, wake up the others.
Okay.
There's the creature, white mask, no idea what to do with it.
Is it coming?
It's just sitting there watching us creepily.
No
long
one
has it
moves
been
when
there?
you don't look at it.
I noticed it just a little while ago, so might have been there and we just didn't notice it before. It's not that obvious.
Well, I mean, it's just watching, then it must not be. Yeah.
You want to kill it? You want its mask? It's a prize.
Looks like it looks like this. I'll put it in Discord.
That. Does it sound familiar to what I saw?
It is, yes. It sounds very familiar to what you saw.
Yeah. I mean, it's been passive so far.
I'll tell him to keep an eye on it and lean back.
Okay.
Rest, but try to stay half awake. I don't know if that's possible.
Okay. So you'll allow it to just kind of just do its thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Oh, careful, are just shit.
Alright. Just a second. Okay. All right, Alex. Anything else you're doing with the rest of your watch, or are you just gonna kind of watch it, watch you?
I'll watch it, watch me.
Okay. So, just kind of keep your eye on it. And as the sun kind of starts to rise and the night kind of begins to draw to a close, you kind of feel the kind of feel your eyes grow a little bit heavy as you kind of come upon sort of the 3 hour mark of trying to watch whatever this thing is. And as you kind of begin to, your eyes kind of do the whole, like getting heavy and droopy and dozing thing, make a perception check. Okay.
Holy shit.
For one of these times, you kind of start to nod off, catching yourself. You open up your eyes and nowhere to be found. Whatever
Okay.
it was seems to have vanished from sight.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh well.
Alrighty. You start to hear the sound of the morning creatures in the jungle stirring, beginning to move about their day, and as such, what will you do?
Lead the way, tracker.
First, I'm going. Actually,
Doing
first
so
I'm
well
going
with
to
it.
give the what do you call it? If, whatever the little black thing is, left any tracks that we can follow.
Okay. Okay. I'll say make a nature check. I'll say investigation check. 10. So you look around in the area that it was in, and it seems that whatever it may have been was small and light enough to have not left any form of really impression at all upon the earth.
Okay. We'll just continue south then.
Mm-hmm. So you're still not quite sure on the map where you're really at. You have, this idea of where the last spot you sort of traveled through that was recognizable via your map prior to entering into this sort of uncharted area. So go ahead and I'll say go ahead and so make your survival check, but do it in the little dice tower thingy. Keep the suspense. Okay. Okay, so it's a particularly clear morning, free of any kind of rain or other sort of visual distraction and sort of hindrance. What is your pace for the day as well?
So you're probably
Standard.
screwed up.
You think so? I think we can afford to
Maybe.
go standard
Standard?
for another
Yeah, it's not bad.
day or
Okay.
two.
So, looking around, and kind of you pick up on in the slightly in the distance, to in one direction, you see what looks to be a curve in the tree line, sort of a slight opening in the tree line, and positioning yourself between where you see that opening in the tree line and where you see the mountain range on the horizon, and kind of cross-referencing with your map, you're able to make the discovery that wherever you've been traveling, you've now seemed to have ended up roughly here.
Okay.
So, which direction do you want to head in for today?
Do we head back to the river
I think at this point we just
or just go
south.
south? Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So south from where you're at now, or
Yep.
south, like just directly south. Okay. Alrighty. So,
I can't remember. Are we trying to get the Camp Vengeance at all? Or we know anything about it?
Trying to get to Mabala.
Yeah.
Camp Vengeance, I don't think we know anything about.
alright. So, heading south. Still trying to make your way to Mabala to seek out the Guardian of Oralunga. You have another day of, fair weather, only light rain showers here and there. Anything you're doing while you're traveling?
I'll keep an eye out for the mask thing.
Okay, make a perception check. Good roll. 17. Okay. So while traveling, Huckvar keeping an eye sharp for any creatures tailing you. You don't quite. You don't find yourself followed, but you do see, Huckvar, this toppled statue kind of slightly off in the distance, into kind of through the trees.
Okay. And we can leave it for now, so.
Okay. So, as you guys are traveling, it hasn't quite hit, noon yet. Still, maybe I'd say probably about 3 or 4 hours into your mornings, or into your journey here. And what was otherwise this fair day, suddenly the sky begins to go dark, and this rain begins to come down in sheets. This howling wind shaking the trees, making it hard even to hear your allies speaking unless they're kind of right there into your ear, yelling at you. Out of nowhere, this sort of just almost monsoon-like weather event begins to take place.
Seem natural or definitely not?
It's hard to say, just because here in Cholt you've had, varying encounters of, what may be unnatural otherwise, but this, even for Cholt, seems unnatural. Kind of on the same level of like the frosty icicles in the jungle level of unnatural.
You try and take shelter or going?
Is there any shelter that we can see? Or just trees?
Make a perception check. Any of you that are looking for shelter.
Nice.
Okay. So, you are able to find sort of like a bit of a thicker tree. Think like a baobab tree, whatever those trees are that look like upside down in Africa. Like a similar sort of thing. This thick trunked, maybe 6 or 7 foot wide at the base. This large tree that kind of dwarfs the other ones around it a little bit. Making your way underneath there. it offers you some amount of shelter from this biting cold wind, where you kind of huddle up for a moment, and a few moments pass, a minute, 2 minutes. You kind of begin to feel the rain and the wind kind of almost growing in intensity. A few more minutes pass, and you start to hear the loud sound, like heavy footsteps of some creature barreling through the jungle at a fast pace. Anything you guys are doing?
Towards us?
Sort of, yes, in the direction of you guys. You're not quite sure if it's directly at you or just in your vicinity.
Jump up on the tree.
Okay.
That's what he always does.
Okay, it's a pretty big tree if you want to climb to the top of it. It's slick, it's wet.
Shit.
Up
So
to
we
you.
try and get out of the way. I'm gonna try and hide behind it first and see if it notices. Or if it's trying to, like, go
I'm
behind
gonna
us.
cast the spell at it first thing if I see it.
I'll
Okay.
get ready
Chromatic orb.
to
Okay.
attack if it is too
Okay.
aggressive, but I'll hide for now.
Okay. Alright. Okay, so hiding. Bumblebee, are you climbing the tree? Or are you kind of staying at the base? Sorry, I wasn't quite sure.
I was gonna stay at the base of it and
Okay.
see if it went after us first.
Okay, and you're readying a chromatic orb, or Asher?
Yeah.
Alright, so another 30 seconds or so pass, and you hear just the sound of trees shattering, wood splintering and crashing down. You hear this loud roar of something large and something angry. And you guys look, and you see roughly 60 feet or so, or yeah, you see roughly 60 feet or so to like your west, and running straight towards you, a man and a dragon, like dragonborn scaled creature as well, running with him, and then behind them, roughly maybe 10 or 15 feet, Tyrannosaur chasing them. And this man is just barreling down towards you all, immediately followed by this dragonborn, and then behind them the Tyrannosaurus Rex, just full tilt.
Fire at the Tyrannosaur.
Okay.
In
Oh,
range.
don't kill the poor Tyrannosaur.
50 feet.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! I knocked my books down.
Don't kill the poor Tyrannosaur.
Okay. Just go ahead. Just go ahead and make the attack roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Advantage.
Okay.
That's what I had.
23. Yeah, that hits.
Let's do acid damage.
Okay, acid damage, 11 points. Alright, so you launch this chromatic orb through the group. Hookfar, Bumblebee, you watch this streak of green that sails over the head of this fast approaching man and dragonborn, hits the side of the Tyrannosaur, which kind of watch the skin bubble and burn as it goes past. And now at this point, after you launch this, at this point, they begin to close the distance, and you hear the man yell out, "Thank you!" as he continues to run, and this train of things just runs straight through you guys. The dragonborn kind of, you see, has this sword and shield. The man himself looks to be. The man himself, he runs by quickly, and it's pretty low visibility, but he seems to be human male, adventuring type. You kind of see this sort of leather armor he's wearing. You see a long sword on his hip, a dagger on the other hip, longbow thrown over the shoulder and a quiver of a quiver full of arrows as they run by. The Tyrannosaur seems for a moment to kind of start to like shift its focus, but turns back towards towards the man and the dragonborn.
Did you just fucking almost say his name?
No. Oh, I'm talking about him.
Oh, I wonder who this man is.
That's
Leaked. I want to keep firing at the Tyrannosaur.
Okay.
Same with the firebolt.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and have you guys then go ahead and roll initiatives real quick.
Shit.
oh, almost.
Mm-hmm.
7.
All right, just a second. Okay. Wait, what the fuck? Why is this? What the shit's happening here? Okay, this'll work. Alrighty. I thought that said int first. I was like, why are you guys doing int rolls, you weirdos? Alright, just a moment here. Let me go ahead and get this this thing set up here. Alrighty. We'll say this thing's coming out of here. Alrighty. Bumblebee. Asher. This map here set up. Huckvar. Flint. And then, alrighty. Alright, here's this guy, and then this other guy. Alrighty. Okay, so bring you guys to the map here. Ba-da-doo, ba-da-doo. Alrighty, so here we are. You see now this Tyrannosaur. I like how the token for it as well has two of them on there, but you know,
Yeah.
no biggie there. All right, so Tyrannosaur chasing these two individuals through the jungle, through the jungle itself. God damn it, Nimu! I just saw what you sent me. Oh man! Alrighty, so top of the round. This top of the round, this man who's running by sees you guys kind of preparing to fight, and kind of stops what he's kind of stops in his tracks for a moment, and you see him kind of pull this dagger off of his out of the sheath, off his belt. And you see this dagger, this blue gem in the pommel of the dagger begins to glow. And you see this 20 feet of this bright light kind of illuminates around him, sort of giving you guys some light in this otherwise very dark, just area around. You're kind of in this. You just find yourself kind of really in the center of whatever this weather event is at this point. Turns does that, and then he's going to set the dagger back on the sheath after doing so, pull the longbow, and targeting this Tyrannosaur as well. going to miss with a 9 to hit. So, is that... Oh. So you see him fire one shot, grabs another arrow, knocks, fires again. Hits. Does some damage to the T-Rex. And then fires a third shot from the longbow. Some more damage. Alright, so. Does it for his turn. He kind of calls out to all of you, thank you. You did not need to get involved, but, well, let's take this beast down, I suppose. Alrighty, that brings us to the... to the T-Rex. T-Rex is... Let's see here. One moment.
But sorry,
Mhm.
could you change my initiative to 17 in the combat tracker?
Sure. 17. Got it. You got it. Alright, I gotta roll for Flint real quick here. Initiative. Alright. Fuck. So Flint should have actually already gone, but you know. He's waking up. He's being a sleepy boy. Alright. Brings us to the T-Rex. T-Rex is going to... Seeing now the 5 of you, 6 of you, stepping out, it kind of slows its run. Turns. Takes a look at the one that casts. This the first one to really, you know, deal some strong burning sensation. And sees, you know, the largest group of individuals over here. That's going to get to about, let's say it'd be about here. Yeah. Alright. First off, it's going to bite towards you, Asher.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a 29 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Holy shit, I rolled high. Oh my god.
I'm dying.
Okay.
This doesn't sound good.
Holy shit, I rolled fucking 2 12s. Alright. Yeah. And it's chewing on you. And it's going to make a tail attack at this other creature here. This dragonborn looking fellow. That's gonna hit. And that's gonna do some damage. Alright. Brings us to Hukvar.
I will.
So you watch this T-Rex run up. Asher's prepping a spell. It just goes straight down on him and just chomp.
Shit. I'll Hunter's Mark the Thyra,
Okay.
and then. Yeah, I'll just take a few shots at it. Go to here. Okay.
Sorry? I'm moving there, yep.
Yeah, moving there.
I really don't want to reckless against this. It scares me. A reckless swing by Warhammer.
Okay, and you're raging, I'm imagining? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Kitties. Of damage. Nice.
Oh my, nice, dude. So small kitties begin to kind of weave their way through the T-Rex's legs.
Second attack. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Brings us to the Dragonborn. So the Dragonborn, you see, Alrighty. Pulls out this, like, very ornate looking longsword. And you watch it almost seem to light up in a way. He's going to target the T-Rex as well. You see his swing, grabs, two hands on this longsword. Let's see here. Okay, first swing. 23 hits. Two hands in the longsword. 13 points of damage. Second swing. 22. I am rolling high, friends. I lied. Alrighty. So the T-Rex is looking... It's starting to look kind of hurt. What is this? That is not correct. I did not mean to do that. Okay. Boop, boop. Alrighty. Asher. Alright. One success. Okay. Brings us to Flint. Yard, mateys. I will shoot the beast. Oh man, I'm doing this just so that I know that this is Dusty's punishment for being sleepy. Oh my god, Nimu. Alright.
Yeah.
Jesus fuck. Alright, Flint is going to... Where are his things here? What the fuck? Alright, Flint. I'm gonna get up in melee. And, let's see, actions. One moment here. Is gets sneak attack. For, yeah, sneak attack. How does he do his fucking sneak attack? Oh my lord. Okay, there we are. Jesus fucking Christ. So sneak attack damage. His first swing with his rapier. Hits, and then the damage. 19 points of damage. Does he get does he attack twice? He has 2 weapon fighting, that's right. And then his offhand. Just a moment. I wasn't planning to run his character, but no biggie. Second swing with the offhand weapon hits, and 8 points of damage. Okay, it's starting to look pretty bloodied now. Starting to look pretty hurt. That brings us back to the other guy's turn. He is going to. Alright. Yeah, he's going to put away the longbow. Seeing all this, brutal melee going on here, he's going to move on up. Get some bonuses to his shit. He's going to make an attack with the dagger. You see, he kind of throws the longbow back over, pulls the dagger out of the sheath again, and it's still glowing in his hand. 29. 2. 7 points of damage. 19. 7 points of damage. 13 hits. 6 points of damage. Kind of turns to the rest of you guys and, well, I appreciate the help. You should take care of your friend there. Me and mine are able to get out of this if we need to. But this is a pretty nasty beast. Brings us back to the T-Rex. It's going to drop Asher from its mouth, having, dispatched the threat. So, Asher, you are no longer grappled or restrained. And it's going to bite down at... it's going to bite down at the other guy, the guy that just stabbed the shit out of it with the dagger. At disadvantage against him. Target him. Fight attack. Drop the natural 20. Alright, so 32 points of damage to the to this man. And he is now grappled and restrained. He's going to try to swing out at you, Bumblebee, with its tail. So as it bites down on this this man here, it just in doing so, its tail swipes to the side. What was that?
He got resistance because he got hit by it. Let me find it.
Okay.
The target hits a creature other than you with an attack. The creature that has resistance to damage dealt by the attack.
Oh wow! So it's half damage then?
Yep.
Look at you. That's pretty dope.
Remembering things.
There you go. All right. So it's gonna swing at you though with its tail, at advantage.
Yep.
19. All right. So 29 to hit. So it's gonna. Ooh. All
Okay.
right. That's the T-Rex's turn. Hugvar.
Actually, I'll move in here. We're doing +2 to attack.
Correct. Yes. So just put a little +2 in your bottom left.
Yeah. I'll start taking shots.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because he's sharpshooter, so you can get right on in there.
Ooh.
Is it adding? No, it's not adding Hunter's Mark.
Is that the 1d6?
Oh, you are right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you see a little purple dice like that, it's the yeah.
Oh, okay. Keep shooting.
Mm-hmm. That one did not add the hunter's mark.
Okay.
Yeah. If you have the effect, you might have it set for just the next attack.
Yeah.
I'll look at how to set it up. There should be a way that you can put the effect on the actual target. I'll figure that out later though.
Yeah.
So okay, so another.
I can just click it every.
So another 3 points of damage to it then.
Yep. And then
Okay.
last shot.
It's looking very hurt. Okay. And that puts it. So this final shot. How do you want to do this?
Honestly, I'm just shooting it in its side. It's the size of the
Just
barn.
pin cushioning it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you put it down. All right. In that case, Bumblebee, what are you doing? T-Rex is down.
It's down. I'm just gonna look at Asher. Try and start taking him over to Huckvar because I remember his good berries from before. He stopped me from using a potion.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Pick Asher up and take him over to Huckvar.
Okay. So you grab him and start dragging him across the
Here,
the corpse.
Do you have any more berries?
man, just the berry dispenser, aren't I? I'll hand over.
You have no more lay on hands.
I'll hand over 10 good berries to each of Ashur and Bumblebee.
Okay.
And forcing Ashur to eat them.
Okay. So sort of kind of shove them down Asher's gullet. Okay. So pull this token up out of here. So Asher, you'd regain 10 hit points, as would you, Bumblebee. So the two men here kind of sheath their weapons. And the human male kind of walks over to the Dragonborn and whispers something in his ear before walking towards all of you. Kind of, thank you, friends. I thought we'd be running for a little bit longer, but is your friend there all right? Yeah, it looks like it was a pretty nasty bite he took.
I'm recovering.
Well, certainly good to hear it. Tell me, what brings you to these lands?
Just we're just exploring new or an unknown
I see.
island. Continent,
I see.
whatever it is.
Well, I really must thank you for the assistance. It's well, we we unfortunately got a little bit too close to the creature, and it's we thought it to be sleeping, and you kind of see now that the tension is beginning to fade. The storm is kind of beginning to let up as well. You also notice that this dragonborn creature seems to be kind of staring intently for a few moments at each one of you before, like, he kind of will, like, lock on you, like, eyes, stop, the next, stop, and the man continues. Well, is anyone you are looking for? Anything you're any way we could help you to repay you in some small way?
Nobody. We're not really looking for anyone as our main goal. We're just kind of exploring.
We're looking for I grabbed what's
Would you say, Alex? I'm sorry.
what's the name of the guy we're looking for again?
Artist climber.
Okay. We are looking for an artist.
I see. Well, I myself am looking for a person as well. My wife, Alessana. But that's what led me to this jungle. She was a researcher here, searching for ruins of a place known as well, I suppose it's safe. She's looking for ruins of a place known as Mesro.
Maybe
She
you've heard
was-
of it.
She was to return some time ago, and when she didn't come home, I made my way here to find her. We, well, we, my companion and I, have thus far been unsuccessful in our search. I'm not very much of a navigator. That was always her purview. I was more of a researcher of lost things, artifacts, if you will.
Can appreciate that. I've done quite a bit of researching myself.
I see.
Do you have any of those artifacts you're researching on you?
My dagger here is a bit of a special one I found. Call it bookmark. Found it in a lost library. I figured it'd be fitting. He kind of holds out this dagger that you see has this that same sort of, what you saw was glowing before is now faded. This very bright, very ornate looking sapphire of some kind set into the pommel. 'Tis a, stagger has seen me through quite a lot. And, my compatriot here carries a, if you wouldn't mind, dragon bait, showing them. You see the dragonborn pulls this long sword out of its sheath, and this is Holy Avenger.
Sounds fancy.
It's seen us through thus far. Encounters such as this one, would be a little bit more dangerous if we were, ill-equipped to handle the situation. Well, where are you headed from here?
We've been moving south.
I see. Anywhere in particular that you're looking for?
Mabala?
Mabala. I've read of it and heard of it, but I've never been there myself. Certainly seems interesting enough. Tell me, if there's something that we can give to you, or that you need from us, perhaps we might join you and keep each other out of trouble, keep each other safe.
Yeah. Good.
Sounds reasonable.
Good. Well, my name is Arnold, and this is Dragonbait. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and what did you say your names were?
Ash.
Bumblebee.
And
Bumblebee?
Huckvar.
Huckvar? And I'm Flint. Well. What the fuck? Sorry. Fucking Facebook notification. Someone went live killing Nazis. Alright. Well. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, and apologies if you'd ever have to deal with any kind of strange weather. It seems to follow us really wherever we go. But the morning's still young. Shall we continue?
Lead the way.
I don't know that you necessarily want me to lead the way. I have a penchant for getting lost and getting into situations such as the one that you just managed to get me out of.
I guess I'll lead the way then.
Alright. Please, if you would, continue. I wouldn't want to take you away from whatever journey or quest it is that you are following yourselves. And so, you guys continue on your previous path.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. So as you continue south throughout the day, these two individuals that have joined you seem, to be... Oh shit, that's the wrong button. There we go. Seem to be friendly towards you. But, they seem to keep their distance a little bit. I'll go ahead and fix this as well. Guess his name. Keep their distance slightly. So you guys make your way through the jungle. And as you guys kind of come closer to the end of the day, eventually you come upon this kind of seemingly isolated area here in the jungle where there's this like spring, this sort of small spring of water. And you kind of get this slight smell of sulfur in the air, a light, misty sort of haze that rises from the above the surface of the water. It seems like a, you know, a pretty well isolated clearing that you guys are in.
Did you say it was getting late?
Yes. So towards the end of the day, you guys kind of get to this point.
Make camp here.
Yeah, guess we'll settle down while we have the clearing.
Okay. So you set up your camp. You see Arnold and Dragonbait kind of, you know, get some of their own equipment out, set up their own, you know, tents. See the two of them kind of begin to undress.
No comment.
See them kind of
Guys
start
being dudes.
just guys being dudes on a mountain. You see them kind of walk towards the spring and sort of begin to lower themselves into it. And Arnold
Is
kind of
that like the sulfur smelling spring?
mm-hmm.
That seems like a great idea. Have fun with that.
Kind of calls back to all of you. Do you all have a problem with hot springs?
I prefer to stay dry.
Ah, I see. Generally, it's quite relaxing. It's you know, I just feel the day's struggles just being sapped from my bones. You sure you don't want to take a dip?
Yep.
Pretty sure.
I'm not getting wet. We've been wet for days.
I see. Well, don't mind us then. We're just, you know, more room for us, I suppose. Hey, Dragonbait. The the individual, this Dragonborn, just kind of nods. You've noticed, up to this point, you haven't heard the Dragonborn speak, but only really communicating via grunts or via nods. Okay, so you guys settle in for the evening. Are you guys taking watch, or are you guys just going to rest in this sort of this sort of area of respite?
I'm hurt. I'm sleeping.
Sleeping? Okay.
I'm taking some kind of watch.
Okay.
If
How
you're
far?
taking watch, I'll sleep.
Okay. Alright, Bumblebee, go ahead and take the first watch, Bumblebee. Anything you're doing during your watch? Currently, Arnold and Dragonbait still bathing in the hot spring. Just kind of relaxing.
So they put away their stuff. I want to go look at it.
Okay. So you make your way over to their tent. Are you just brazenly walking over to their stuff, or are you going
No,
to try to?
it's
Okay.
like peeking over.
Okay. So staying where you're at, and just kind of peeking over towards it.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a perception check. 17. Okay. I mean, it's hard to really tell from a distance. You see that they've, you know, kind of removed some of their armor and some of their, you know, outer clothing. Some of like the more like soiled clothes they've brought with them towards the spring, and you see them now are, you know, kind of like washing off, you know, washing some of it. But they're seem to, you know, kind of like set their weapons in their tent. From here, here, I mean, you see the long sword, you see the dagger, you see the long bow. But hard to really, what the fuck is that? Hard to, make out much more than that from this distance.
I'm gonna pick a branch and lay in it. On the
Okay.
ground.
Sure thing. So, you climb up in and you're spend, some time hanging out, resting. Ouch, fuck. A few hours pass and you begin to kind of feel sleep tugging at your eyelids. Anything you're doing? Waking anybody up, or are you gonna doze off in the tree?
This has been after first watch.
Yeah, so it'd be a couple hours after you started your watch. At this point, you would have seen, Arnold and
Wake
Dragonbait
up,
finish their
Flint.
bath. Flint, okay. Oh, well, what?
It's your turn. Make sure these people are trustworthy.
I'll make sure they ain't I'll make sure they ain't a mutinous bunch. I don't know what fucking voice he uses for this his damn character. So, take a rest in Flint's tent or in his usual hammock setup. Flint takes watch with Roger. I think it's Roger. Roger's the one that's alive. Alrighty. That's not what I meant to do. Shit. Sure, so we go. Okay, Flint. Perception. It is a 7. Well, that was nature. Well, no, it's still a 7. Okay. Yeah. 4 plus 3, 7. So Flint takes his watch. Tries to keep an eye on Arnold and Dragonbait, who have, also retired to their tents for the evening at this point. Flint, who cannot see in the dark at all, has a hard time keeping watch and spends the next couple hours, sharpening some of his weapons, petting Roger. Kind of defers to Roger for the check, and Roger seems content. Flint wastes some time, a few more hours, and makes his way to your tent, Tuckfar, to allow Asher plenty of time to rest after getting, bitten nearly in half by a Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah. Okay. Perception, I'm assuming.
That's what you're doing. Whatever you're doing.
Just keeping watch.
Mm-hmm. 18. Nice. Okay. So, keeping watch. Not much seems to approach the camp. The occasional small animal or, compy wanders in and you're able to, without much effort, kind of shoot away. Scavengers, mainly, that sort of thing. I would say with an 18, you do kind of notice a bit of a chill blow through the air. And as this wind kind of blows through the jungle and the wind itself kind of blowing over Arnold and Dragonbait's tent, you get this almost like the temperature drops a noticeable amount. Like the wind itself seems to carry this like cold breeze upon it as it blows past their tent. But nothing really visual changes. Just that kind of cold feeling. Anything else you're doing?
No?
Okay.
Wake up I think Bumblebee you haven't taken watch yet, so.
Well, this would be the third watch.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. Alright. So, the morning of the next day, the sun begins to rise. Arnold and Dragonbait step out of their tent, seemingly, seem refreshed, well rested. Offer to help with breakfast if needed, and whatever they can do around the camp. You guys take your time preparing for the morning. Anything you guys want to do in the morning before you set out for the day's travel?
Oh, in particular.
None
Okay.
for me.
Okay. Alright. So you guys just gonna keep heading south through Camp Vengeance, or are you gonna try to skirt around it?
I think we should at least check it out.
Yeah, we can just go straight south.
Okay. So, I'll say, given that you're traveling into an area that is mapped and is charted, Huckvar, you're able to very easily guide the group. So, no need to make your navigation check. But, as you travel through the jungle, you do notice something in a tree above you. You notice hanging from a tree, you notice up in the tree, there seems to be a corpse on one of the branches.
Let's check that out.
Okay.
You know what race it is? Looks like.
Hard to tell from down here.
How high up is it?
You kind of take a gander at it. It's probably 30 feet or so.
And it's held up by ropes?
It looks like this individual might have kind of gone to sleep in the branch, like slept in the branch, and then just never woke up.
I'll try and use my mage hand to kind of push him out.
Okay. All right. Make a strength check with disadvantage to try and dislodge him from this tree.
Disadvantage. I'm
Strong boy.
using thing. Chaotic. Okay.
Okay. Oh, you used your chaotic. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So you watch as Asher, summons this maid, this kind of like floating sort of ethereal hand in front of him, begins to guide it up to the tree. And just before pushing, you kind of see the tattoos along Asher's body flare for a moment, and with this sort of heave, the body itself, you push in the body, and with that amount of strength, the actual branch itself snaps, and you see now that this tree itself is very brittle, and the branch itself just falls, and the corpse with it smacks the ground in this large dust cloud, or pops up, leaves and such scattered around. You see now this man, not sure how long it's been dead for, his corpse. But Arnold, it's quite well, glad we're not him.
Do they have anything on?
It seems to have a pack, yes.
So I'll check it.
Sure. In the pack, you find a tin of this, like, this like balm, kind of, that kind of has like a very strong smell of like citronella, I suppose.
Yeah.
And a number about probably like a week's worth of rations for a single person. And other than that, the pack itself seems pretty empty. You do notice that the corpse is wearing a ring.
I'll grab the ring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it...
As you hold it, the ring itself seems to be made of like ivory. It has like, it's like this, like this nice milky white color, and it's not quite a metallic. It is ivory, and it has this carving on it. This carving looks like. Let's see here. The carving looks like this. Hold on here. I believe you guys. Yeah. So if you guys look at your notes, the carving looks like this. Making sure I'd already revealed this name to you.
Wongo, yeah. That's one of the odds, right?
Yes.
Does the ring appear magical in the sense that it seems to be in like pristine condition compared to the rest of this man's?
It is in very good condition. Yes.
Okay.
Wongo mean anything to you, Bumblebee?
Yeah, do I remember anything from the book about Wongo?
From the book, not. I mean, you got the image of Wongo from the book. Let me see. Wongo would be more of a. You would know. Oh, make a history check to recall what you read. Yeah. Don't
Mind if
remember
I-
a lot about him.
Mind if I also try and remember that?
Go for it. 9. The 9's hard to really. It's been quite a few days since you read the book, and even then, the book itself was very vague on anything beyond just the names and like tribal markings that were used to represent these gods.
Okay. Shit.
Okay. Anything you're
Just
doing?
hang on to the ring for now.
Okay. Just hanging on
Does
to
he
it.
have any others? Yeah, I'll mess around with it later.
Okay.
You guys have anything else of significance on him?
Nothing really of significance, no.
Alright, well, we'll just leave him here to rot then.
Okay.
Join the rest of the jungle.
Alrighty. So you guys continue your journey, your pace. Arnold, fucking A, seems a little bit curious about this ring you found, and say, Asha, would you mind if I looked at that? It seems to be interesting.
What might be interesting about it?
It could be a historical artifact or something if it's, no, the tribal people carved these accessories out of ivory and stone and gems. I found several. I'm just wondering if this one's in, better condition than some of the ones I've seen.
Is he being forthright with?
You might want to make an insight check then.
Mother.
Hard to read.
Well,
You've only
You look
just
at
met
it.
him.
I want it back.
Of course,
You know.
It's you're the one that found it after all. I wouldn't take it from you.
Hmm?
He takes a moment and kind of turns it over in his hand a little bit, and this is something. I've seen this carving before. It's the texts I've read and some of these local people I've spoken to. They call this creature a Sioux. But this Sioux, this kind of monkey-like creature. Though for them to carve one of them into such a piece of jewelry that clearly has some form of remarkable durability to it, I believe it may be in reference to maybe something they held very dear. I don't know, but it seems like certainly quite a find you have here. He holds it back out to you.
Sure of it. Back.
Okay. Alrighty. So. Sorry, just a moment. Alrighty, so you guys travel the rest of the day. It begins to grow dark once more. And just before nightfall, through the foliage, you see this crude timber fortification. This walled compound, watchtowers, you see that are alight with torches. Kind of this ditch around the compound bristling with these sharpened stakes. And as you guys kind of circle the compound itself, you see there seems to be this large gatehouse that faces the direction of the river. And on the shore of this river gatehouse setup, you see these 4 rowboats tied to a wooden post. And you notice that, as you get closer, you hear this buzzing sound. And what you find is that scattered around this fortification are piles of charred human remains and flayed animal carcasses that swarm with flies.
Fuck.
And that's where we'll take a quick break. So, I will be back in just a moment, you guys. Go ahead and grab drinks if you'd like. BRB.
I'm here. Here.
Yep, I was muted. Sorry.
Alrighty, so. Okay, yeah, so. What are you guys doing?
So we're like outside this camp.
Yeah, so like you would have seen this kind of this trench dug around it with these spikes in it, and to kind of like walk the circumference of the camp to get around the you see there's like only a single entry point, and it's the riverside where this gatehouse is.
You guys want to go in?
Don't see a reason not to. Besides, corpse, but that's something
Yeah.
we haven't seen before.
All right. Lead the way.
Okay. Arnold and Dragonbait are like a little kind of look at you all and are you sure that's a good idea? Sure it's safe?
There's only one way to find out.
Absolutely, trust us. We're professionals.
Alright, well, okay. If you trust it, well, I'll follow your lead. Lead the way. So you guys make your way to this gatehouse. Go ahead and share. It's kind of this thing. Let's see. Yeah. So you walk up. You kind of walk the circumference of the camp here, and you got this 20-foot deep ditch lined with these sharpened stakes. And on the back end of the top of the ditch, on the other side, this 12-foot tall palisade. You see the ditch as well. It seems to be filled with like kind of muddy water just from the rain. You can kind of just see these wooden spikes that stick up out of the water. As you make your way around to the front of this encampment, into this gatehouse, you see this. It seems to be like almost like reinforced, like very heavy timber. You see, places where it's sort of banded together, layered almost looking. And you see that it's got this sort of ground level entryway and this upper floor that kind of not really quite sure. You see like the entryway, and then you see it's tall enough to have this upper floor, and then this you see a ladder that kind of leads up to the roof from the outside, and you see a couple of guards standing atop this platform, seemingly watching the entryway.
What do the guards look like?
They are wearing this kind of like heavy, like not like heavy, but you see them wearing like chainmail, a tabard of sorts, shield, longsword on the hip, standard guard attire. They seem to be human as well.
We should go in and talk to them. They may have a better map of the surrounding area, and while my skills are so good, practically don't need one, it's always good to have a back.
Okay. I'm gonna walk out.
Okay. So you kind of step out.
For the entrance.
Okay. You notice that there around the entryway, there's this kind of like this rampart that rises up to meet the this sort of plateau where the camp has been constructed upon. And I get the feeling it seems to impede the drainage of the ditch and the drainage of the area in general. And there you notice large puddles that are kind of all around, filled with, muddy water. And you notice as you kind of approach these large sort of swarms of mosquitoes and other just awful, like, buzzing insects. Pretty nasty, really. As you approach, the guards, kind of holding these torches, pause for a moment and turn to you. Who are you? What brings you here?
We're travelers looking for information on the area. Thought
Tra-
we'd, stop
Travelers,
by.
you say? And who
Yeah.
do you travel with? It's quite a ways in the jungle to just be travelers.
Well, we're looking for some.
I see. What is this that you are looking for? What brings you to our camp?
Oh, well, we just stumbled across it.
I see. Well, we are under strict order to keep these gates closed. Wanted to speak with one of my superiors.
Strict orders of who?
Yeah, please call them over.
Strict orders of our officers.
Officers and,
The Order of the Gauntlet. And one of them kind of holds the torch slightly closer to this tabard, and you see this sort of silver and blue and white insignia of this closed gauntleted fist, kind of backlit by this sort of white star pattern.
Call your superiors first. I'm sure there's something we can do to help you in exchange for you helping us.
Kind of looks down at you. Right then. Please wait here. We'll be back in a moment. It takes a moment to, you see one of them kind of descends this ladder down the 20 or 25 or so feet off the roof of this gatehouse, and disappears beyond the sightline of the palisade. Anything you guys are doing while he makes his way?
oh, just waiting.
You're just chilling? Alright. So. A moment later, or a little bit later, you see this. One thing you notice as well while you're standing here, this guard at the top of the gatehouse by himself has this, like, really heavy cough. It's almost very, very sickly sounding cough. But a short time later, you see this other man. You see the same guard from before return, climbing the ladder, and you see a second man in, sort of like small clothes. Also make his way to the top of the top of the gatehouse, and looks down at you. Who did you say you were again? Why am I being awoken this hour?
We're travelers looking for Mabala. I think we can, each other out here.
I see. Well, Mabala, you're gonna want to continue on southwest from here. Wouldn't, well, it's quite a ways, really. What brings you to Mabala?
We're looking for answers. Regarding some questions we've had. Problems with, undeath and whatnot.
Well, I assure you we have our fair share of problems with the undead as well. As
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen as you approached our camp. A number of them.
Yeah. I've taken care of a few undead myself.
Ah, well. Sounds to me as if our goals perhaps align.
Sounds so.
Alright, well. We can. Kind of turns to the. We can allow you in, at least for the night. Speak with you. See if we can't come to an agreement with something. At the very least, we can offer you a tent and a bit of safety inside our walls.
Sounds fair.
Just understand that should you make any uncouth moves, we do have quite a garrison stationed here. Of the finest men the Order of the Gauntlet can spare. Kind of nods to the nods to one of the guards before descending down the ladder, and see the guard kind of spin this large winch, and the gates slowly begin to open. And as they open, you see this man standing there on the other side. It's kind of just waiting. A guard next to him as well. Beckons you inside. Please, with haste. We don't like to keep the gates open for long if we can help it.
Of course.
Okay. So you guys make your way in. You see him. He watches as the gate closes the entire time until it finally is closed and locked. And you see this. It's kind of like this air of relief as he lets out this like sigh. I'll have you know, we haven't opened those gates in some time. It's been a while, really.
What keeps you out here?
Well, we had a. You guys, hold on, let me do this for you real quick. Yeah. Well, we started. We had a smaller camp a while ago, Camp Righteous, and we were run. Well, then you saw the remains of
Yeah.
what we left behind. We met a bit of a onslaught of undead. Ambushed us there in the night. Those of us that could make it out in time, well, we escaped, a small force of us, and rode up the river. 3 days later, we found ourselves here. And we were intent on not making the same mistake twice. So, we fortified ourselves, dug in, really. It was hard, it was grueling, but eventually word did reach back to the port. Since then, we've received reinforcements. And as you see now, and he kind of gestures around him, and you see, these 12-foot reinforced walls. The gatehouse itself, like, doubly or triply reinforced. Several puddles throughout the camp. You see a couple of large spherical tents, a single large kind of pitch tent between them, and in the back a number of smaller kind of individual tents set up. Now, well, a bit of a fortified base, really, far more capable than Camp Righteous ever was. That gatehouse you were just let through, strong enough, and we've had to test this, believe you me. Withstands a Triceratops charge, really. Right up against it. It's quite a feat. I swear to God, it's fucking hell out here. By day, the damn beasts. By night, they're undead. Damn bugs. Fucking hate it. Sorry.
So, what's the Order's mission out here?
Well, really just as a sort of a watch post, a garrison for any of our soldiers that dispatched to make their way into the jungle. We serve as a bit of a stopping point for them in a resupply location. I'm sorry, my name Niles Breakbone.
Niall.
And you are
Asher.
Asher,
Akbar.
Hukvar,
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee, Flint, and then Arnold, and this is Dragonbait. He's a bit of a quiet fellow. And Dragonborn just kind of nods. Well,
Do you think-
it's
yeah.
please go ahead.
Think the undead originate from somewhere?
To be quite honest with you, all I know is they assault us from the south.
Oh, kind of headed in that direction.
Well,
Look out for them for you.
I would appreciate it, really. But please, if you would, please step into my tent. And he kind of leads you to this larger tent between the two spherical-looking ones. Within you find like a sort of like a command table, number of chairs and benches. There are a couple of guards in here, and you see poring over maps and reports. You see this this dwarf and another this male dwarf and a female human. They seem to also be kind of wearing, small clothes, but still have like a slight air of command about them. These are my subordinates. You see that as he enters, and they kind of hear his voice, they immediately stand up, stand at attention. This one here, feisty fellow, Ord Firebeard. And the dwarf kind of looks to you and, pleasure to make your acquaintance. And he points to the woman, and this is, Perne Silhana. She just kind of gives like a small bow. They do quite a job of helping me to manage this motley crew we run here. But please, if you would, take a seat, we'd love to hear what you've seen. Any reports you have of the, tell me your story, what led you here?
Sort of on a mission for somebody. That's why
Have
we're
you,
headed
had,
to Valhalla.
have you had any issues with... Oh, not with just undead, but with people dying and not going quietly, or getting sick and not getting any better, etc.?
We've had sickness, yes. Some men have seemed to have gone mad. Some spend the day shivering in a corner, though, as you know, it's quite hot. Some we've lost to leeches in the throat.
That's not fun.
Others, well, we did receive a small detachment of a religious corps sent to us from the Order to help us with mending these wounds, and in the case of their leader, Sister Sias, bringing back, those that had passed, but unsuccessful in doing so.
You sent them to the south?
Soldiers or these priests, these acolytes?
You said the soldiers were The ones that weren't so lucky, right?
Ah, just no, the undead come to us from the south into the south into the east, but no, soldiers unfortunately met these untimely and these terrible sicknesses just on routine patrols, really. I suspect a number of them new to the location, and many of these fresh-faced recruits maybe got hungry in the jungle and thought they'd just have a bite. Not, well, not paying well enough heed to this place.
Yeah, it's a reasonable way to die.
Yeah.
Well, you say you're on your way to Babala. It's perhaps there may be something we could ask of you.
What is it?
Well, I saw that you arrived on foot, so I believe the most pertinent thing would be a request that we have to lead a small detachment of our soldiers on a 2-week patrol back the way you came from, to destroy any and all undead you encounter and report back to us.
I feel like we already did that. Just without your patrol. Came across... It must have been like 9 zombies and undead
Yeah, that-
T-Rex.
Zombie T-Rex was pretty nasty.
A bunch of a zombie T-Rex's eyes go a little wide, and the dwarf next to him. So you're telling me even the damn beasts are coming back?
Yeah, apparently. I think he had a couple people inside of him too.
That's right, fucked. We haven't seen anything such as that, but plenty of the undead fuckers.
Yeah,
But never one of the beasts.
Well, I can make quick work of the little ones.
So you're saying that you cannot take these men back the way you came?
What do we gain by taking them with us?
Kind of eyes you. Well, for one, you wouldn't be insubordinate during a military emergency.
What do you mean by that? Like,
I don't think we're all that worried about your threats. Come on, this is easier on everyone if you don't try that.
Make a intimidation check. -1.
Yeah.
Just a moment. Kind of steeples his fingers a bit. Looks at you and smiles and laughs. Do you think you're in a position to bargain or threaten? You're in our home, in our camp. I have 50-odd soldiers here, Cholton warriors as well.
what material was the gate made of?
Like reinforced timber.
And you're asking us to lead your men through the jungle after threatening us.
I'm simply a military officer requesting aid during a military emergency.
Threatening us with insubordination.
To be insubordinate or not is your choice.
I think we are in a position to bargain
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I
You
think
looked
so.
real frightened when that gate was open. I can open it permanently. I don't think you're the one that's going to be giving us orders here.
Let's make another intimidation check, Asher. That's pretty well said.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh boy. How exactly would you do that? Tied up.
Would you like to find out?
And he kind of looks to his side to his two subordinates and prefer this not come to blows. You will be tried if you are found guilty, and if you are arrested for insubordination, and perhaps you will not be found guilty. But you will be arrested.
Arrested? I don't remember enlisting in your military.
You stepped through our gates.
Is there some sort of hidden agreement?
In times of emergency, I think it sees fit to conscript those that are able. Wouldn't you agree?
No. No, I wouldn't. You won't be arresting.
There's this kind of like spark in the air between Asher and Niles. Kind of reaches ahead. Niles yells out, "Ord, Perne. These so-called travelers are to be arrested and held under insubordination during a military emergency. They're to be taken to the watchtowers where they shall await a trial. See to it that they go quietly."
Oh, man. That's good.
Anything you guys are doing?
Yeah, I'm about to.
Fighting.
What's
You're
the
right.
positioning
I'm-
look like?
Alright, I would say, I mean, so basically it's like the six of you on like one side of this like table and the three of them on the other. And a couple of guards that are, that were stationed outside the tent that are now kind of poking their heads in.
Okay.
I'll say go ahead and roll initiative real quick. Oh god, I just froze my fucking fantasy grounds because I put the tokens on the map. Here we are. Perfect. Okay.
Good
Did
question.
it roll my initiative?
It did. 23.
Okay.
It might
it's
be
low.
lagging, yeah, because my whole thing was just lagging really hard because I put a shitload of stuff on the map. And you said you had a question, Alex?
Never mind. I can ask
Okay.
later.
Okay. Alright. So, Asher at the top of the initiative.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and get you guys in this map here. So I'd say you see what the fuck? Oh shit. Hold on. Real quick, 1 second. Three of them. And then oh my god. These two guards here. Fuck it, dude.
Wow.
Okay, Asher.
Well, I'm not going quietly. That's what he wants. I'm going to power cast Chaos Bolt,
Okay.
starting with Ord here.
Okay. The
I'll
dwarf.
try and take out his guards.
Okay. Go for it.
The rest of is the rest of the party here?
Yeah, I hadn't put it on the map
Yeah.
yet.
Chaos Bolt. Going to cast it on Ord. It's gonna miss, so I guess that's just that. So I have to double check something.
Don't you have the chaotic thing?
Whenever I
going?
cast the spell, so I casted it. So that must be. I shout whenever I speak.
Okay.
I never get anything useful or meaningful ever. Okay, so then I guess I will quicken cast Tides of Chaos, Firebolt, Horde.
Quick and cast Firebolt Ord.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I guess not. I guess it.
Okay.
Right.
Alright. Yeah, so. Yeah. Okay. So.
Question: what time of day is it?
It's night. It's late.
Night. Okay.
Okay, hold on. Let's get the rest of these initiatives in here. For Dragonbait and for Arnold. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, that brings us to Flint. So Asher, double miss, Flint, who is going to be standing here with you, Asher. Kind of gets up and, no, surely we can parlay. And kind of sees you throw a couple of spells and, well, here I go killing again. So Flint is going to also target, Flint is going to make his way around to, well, he's going to hit Ord with his first attack. With sneak attack. Sneak attack. And then at Ord. Yeah. Second swing at Ord. Alright, and then he's going to use his fancy footwork to get around over here on the back ass of Niles here. And that'll be Flint's turn. So, Sister Sias, hearing some shit go down, is going to start to move. Huckvar.
We are not winning this fight. I will. I'll move away. Are they getting attacks of opportunity or
These
the
the
veteran?
the veterans, yes, they would.
Okay. Oh well.
Let me see here. So it's it'd be just the one, I believe. Um, 12, and then yeah, so it misses.
Okay. I'll cast. No. Actually, yeah. I'll cast Pass Without Trace,
Okay.
and I'll give it to just all of us,
Okay.
and then I'll keep moving away.
Okay. All right. So yeah, everyone was in 30 feet of you. Yes, that's good. Okay, so Wolf Rygor, this guy back here. I mean, right. Currently, the people in the back of the camp, are kind of just like curious about this commotion that they're starting to hear. So that'll be him. Oh my god, I've got so many tribal warriors.
Yeah.
Boy. Okay. We're just gonna start to move out. The homies are marching, making their way out of here. We'll get back to them. Bumblebee, what are you doing? So you're starting to see all these people starting to move around and close in.
No weapons drawn.
The individuals that are, yeah. You see Huckvar cast Pass Without Trace on all of you and begin to try to make his way out.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Here.
sorry. I was muted.
Mm-hmm.
So are we leaving? Give me a run.
You see Huckvar running towards the gate.
Like front tank get destroyed. I'm gonna disengage.
Okay. Action disengage.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna run towards the gate.
Okay.
Not far.
Alright. So you run towards the gate. Okay. Like, are you just heading towards the front of the gate, or are you heading towards the ladder? The gate itself is closed.
Oh, it's closed.
Mm-hmm.
Where's
they
the
closed it behind you.
mechanism?
It was up on top,
Oh, okay. Well,
I believe. Hold
can I
on.
get to the top?
Let me make sure. Yeah, it would be up on top.
I can use feline agility to double my movement speed. Can I get to the top that way?
I would say if you're going to climb straight up in front of you here, yes.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, you get just to the top edge though, like kind of like this here.
Okay.
So that would have been, let's see, that would have been 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
I have
and then
80.
another. Oh, Jesus fuck, yeah, you're way okay. You gotta get right all the way up to here. That's my fault. I thought you had 30 feet of movement, not 40.
I have 40, but I can double it.
Yeah. I was doubling 30. Okay, yeah, you're good. You're up at the top of this. I'd say you actually have like another 5 feet or so of movement if you'd like. But you're up on top of this. Now you're up on top of this gatehouse, this sort of flat area. You see the two guards standing there, the gate mechanism between them.
Can I do anything to tell them, like bonus action to tell them to start opening the gate, let us out?
Make a. You can try. What are you saying to him?
Yeah, just start opening the gate and let us out.
Just like that. Just open the gate. Let us out.
Yeah, you want me to growl? I can growl.
Okay. Make a deception check with disadvantage.
Damn it.
Surprisingly, open the gate, let us out isn't very convincing when you just got there. 7. They kind of look to each other, look to you, and then draw their swords. Alright, anything else you're doing?
No, there's nothing else.
Okay, brings us to Niles, who's going to turn to Flint with his rapier out and take a stab. And miss. Alright, that's Niles' turn. This bitch is gonna start to walk out. Dragon Bait. So Dragon Bait is gonna draw Holy Avenger. And as he draws it, you feel, Asher, this like you kind of feel almost protected. Like this sort of feeling of protection radiating from this sword. Dragonbait is going to take a swing at this veteran here. First swing is going to be a miss. Take a second swing at the veteran. This time kind of angry now. Both hands on the sword. Second swing, worse roll than before. Dragonbait not doing hot. Totally not hot right now. Ord Firebeard is gonna kind of draw this longsword off of his hip and look at you, Asher. And, you really shouldn't have done that. He's going to attempt to swing his longsword at you, Asher. First swing is a 11 to hit. Second swing is 17 to hit.
I'm gonna shield it.
Shield it? Alright. So he swings once wide, misses across you, kind of double, kind of regains his posture and does a thrust towards you, but you throw up the shield, it hits the barrier and rattles off into the table. He kind of looks at you and just growls. That brings us to Arnold, who you watch draws the dagger, looks at Bookmark, looks at Dragonbait. Sorry friends, we're gonna get out of here, if you don't mind. We'll see you on the other side. And you see him hold up the dagger, place a palm in front of it, grab Dragonbait, and you see them dimension door out of the camp. Actually, they're gonna go way the fuck out of the camp, the other way. Out of the fight. Perne is going to go to back up Niles. You would get a attack of opportunity if you'd like, Asher, on Perne. Oh no, you just use your reaction. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She's gonna make a swing at Flint. Longsword swing. Longsword swing. Alright, she misses both. The guards are going to start to move in. I'll not worry about moving all 27 of their tokens. Veterans move in as well. Acolytes will move in as well. There's fucking 58 tokens on this map. Past these guys. Brings us back around to you, Asher. What are you doing?
Okay, I'm gonna disengage.
Okay.
2, 4, 5. see that 5, 25, and looks like we're going to make our own exit. So where is that? 20-foot radius. Pointer. Oh.
What is that?
Right. I'm gonna attempt to break the wall, but also take a few people with me.
Okay.
Right there.
Also, that's also like an animal pen. You see some like sickly little goats that are in there.
Yeah.
Some chickens. Okay.
Little
Fireball.
place to be standing.
Is this gonna be a quickened fireball?
Yeah.
Okay, I figured as much.
Then I'm also attempting to see if this can break down the wall.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay. Fireball. Quicken. Cast. Alright,
Oh,
damage.
Holy shit.
Instant death. To a
So
couple.
you kill. I believe you. How much damage was it?
A 33.
So
I think they're all.
Sister Sias is dead. You watch a bunch of these Cholton warriors fall over dead. Several of these priests that are just kind of like waking up and like rubbing some like the sleep out of their eyes, dead. The tent itself bursts into flame. A couple of like flaming bodies go running out. Jesus. I'd say with 33 points of damage, and the fact that it's an unmoving wall, you're able to blast open a roughly 7-foot wide gap in that bottom area behind the animal pen. Oh, and the goats are dead too.
Right. Also.
Oh, that's so good.
Right.
Oh my lord.
That-
Turn. Wait, no, I can move 5 more feet.
That's
Okay.
not bad.
You're standing now in this like muddy puddle full of mosquito larvae.
Yeah.
That's really not bad. Wow.
All
I mean,
right.
I don't even need the way out anymore. I just go right through the door.
when the wild magic table helps you out. All right. Flint's turn. Oh boy. Oh boy, Flint. Get yourself in a pickle, little Flint. How bad would it be if I got like just like got his character killed while playing it? That'd be pretty bad. Alrighty. So Flint is going to, seeing all of his allies, scurrying away. Flint will bonus action Misty Step 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to here. So whoop. So he kind of looking at Niall and Perne for a moment, addresses them and pardon me, I think I'll need to take my leave now. He goes ahead, Misty steps out, and then is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet of movement to get to there. He has 30 speed, action to dash. So 10 feet running start on the dash, and then his jump is going to be with a running start. It's going to be, oh, that's the wrong page. Up to his strength score, which is not very high, let me tell you. He's actually going to, let's see. Okay, how long does jump spell last for? 1 minute. Okay. Yeah, so he's going to get to, instead of dashing, he'll get to here, and he's going to cast jump on himself. Hukvar.
Oh. Actually, is the area underneath this tower open, or is
It is. Like, there's like a ground floor walkway.
Okay.
So the tower itself is roughly like 2.5 stories. The first floor story, however you want to describe it, would be just this kind of almost like hollowed out just walkway, roughly like a 10-foot ceiling, 10-foot wide. If you look at the map, that dotted lines there is the walkway through the tower. Through the gatehouse, rather.
Okay. Yeah, I'll climb up the ladder. Then, how many movement is that?
20 feet up the ladder, 25 feet up the ladder.
So I'll just move to here.
Okay.
And start shooting these guys.
Sure.
Yeah.
That definitely hits. Kills him. So you walk up, headshot.
Then I get. Then last one.
Your rolls are phenomenal tonight.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, so the first one, you pull out the crossbow, take a moment to ready yourself and aim. Bolt goes straight between the eyes, and the guy falls backwards over the edge, crashing down below. Okay. This guy is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, run up from the back. Just running full tilt. Pulls this longbow. And gives, takes aim at you. It was aiming at Asher, then sees Hukvar kill someone. Takes aim at Hukvar. This is longbow.
Use my reaction with the arrow catching shield.
Thank you for telling me. So that's right. So he takes aim in your guys' direction. You're not quite sure who he's aiming at, because you watch as the arrow curves midair into Bumblebee.
Thanks for that.
More specifically into Bumblebee's shield. Bumblebee, just a moment.
I also have 21 AC against it.
So,
Dang it.
yeah, well, it's a 21 to hit. Okay, yeah. 21 to hit. And as the arrow impacts you, you take half of 4 damage. So let me make that 0 to you, Hukvar, and you take 2 points of damage, Bumblebee.
That's to him, right?
To Bumblebee, yeah, I remembered it from
Yeah.
you. So 2 points of damage to you, Bumblebee. To make this a little bit easier, I'll just target you, Bumblebee. And second longbow attack. You take 5 points of damage. So you should be at 7 taken. I'll fix that. There you go. Okay.
Oh.
Alrighty. That does it for his turn. That brings us to Tribal Warrior 11. So these Tribal Warriors have these spears that... let's see here. They're just gonna run up and they're gonna start hucking spears. Like, you see these individuals, like the rest of the people in this camp seem to be like, like normal, general humans, Tetherians, all from, relatively looking, Caucasian, we'll say. And then there's all these Cholton, like, tribal warrior people. You see these, like, tribal adornments and headdresses and spears, and they're just, like, hucking spears now. You watch as these spears also curve midair towards you, Bumblebee.
Man, Bumblebee, you are a lifesaver. Remind me, you like fish, right? Yeah, I'll get you some fish after this.
All right. So the spears have you know, they're a little bit closer to get into range. Spears have a they get, nah, yeah, they're trying. Let's see. First one. Oh my god.
What?
All right. So Bumblebee, you take 6 points of damage. Second guy here. Where's this guy at? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. This guy comes up to here, but he had to use his action to get close enough. This guy is going to throw a spear at you at disadvantage, Bumblebee, because he's out of normal range. I rolled another fucking 20.
What?
Oh my god. Alright.
Holy shit.
So Bumblebee, you take 4 points of damage. So go ahead and just drop whatever you just took by 4. So you should be at 17. Yeah. Alright, next guy. These are like fucking sniper warriors, dude. They're just all running up. And you see them, they're not throwing directly at Bumblebee. They're trying to throw these spears at Asher, the one that just killed a shitload of people. And the spears are literally like midair curving and like just rocketing into this fucking shield with this giant ass fucking target on it. This one at you again, Bumblebee. This one misses. So they can miss. This guy is going to be at disadvantage from this range. This one targeted at you, Huckvar. Misses as it impacts into the shield and deflects off. Tribal Warrior 3. And he's going to target Bumblebee as well. Sorry, Nick. It's just like a pincushion. Like, you're looking like a porcupine right now. It's just spears from every direction are just being hucked at you. As far as you can tell. Natural 1. These guys are out of range. This guy runs to here. Into range. And spear throw. It hits. You take 2 points of damage, Bumblebee. So drop that by 2. Should be at 19. The final tribal warrior. At disadvantage because of the range. Yeah, misses. Okay, Bumblebee. He who is filled with spears.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and hit all the arrows off the shield against the fence.
Okay. So you just kind of like bang the arrow, bang the...
I'm gonna attack the guard.
Okay.
Reckless attack.
Sure thing. So you're running up to him and hitting him?
Yeah.
Running up and hitting him. Alright, do it. Run up and hit him. 22 and 8.
Oh, shit.
You're fine, you're fine. That kills him.
Oh.
He didn't have a lot of health. He was pretty sick. You're noticing that a lot of these people here are sick.
Wonder why.
I'll just move right here.
Okay. So now you are free to operate the lever the next time you have an action.
Yep.
Alright. That brings us to Niles, who is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So his full movement gets him to here. This bitch is going to take aim at Asher. The arrow curves up around the top and into Bumblebee. Actually, no, this one, Bumblebee, no, you're out of range of Asher at this point, so it would be at Asher.
It's within 5.
It's an 18 to hit Asher.
I'll shield again.
Okay. So your AC goes up. does not hit. That is your reaction.
Mhm.
Okay. Second attack. 14 misses. Alright. Dragonbait is out of the picture right now. Ord, Firebeard. He's going to run out to the front of the tent where he's now raising and holding this heavy crossbow. You see him kind of take a moment to load the damn thing before taking aim and firing. 14 misses. Arnold is out. Perne from kind of like sets her arm on Ord's shoulders and then also fires her heavy crossbow. That's at you. Natural 1, perfect. Alright, these guards are out of range of anything to do anything. Throw these guards, those ones are picking up their charred friends. And you guys killed the other 2 guards. These veterans are out of range. This veteran is in range. This veteran's going to heavy crossbow as well. Misses, and that's all a shot. It's a heavy crossbow, that's all I can do. Heavy crossbow. 22? Does that hit with your shield?
Yes.
Okay. 8 points of piercing.
Mhm.
These veterans are out of the way. The acolytes don't matter. Asher.
Oh, you hate to see it. Asher shouts.
Oh, Lord.
Yep.
Move it up 1. Gonna make sure I get that tribal warrior in there.
Yeah, there you go.
Man,
Get that Lorsa Bill Water. Bill Watall.
It's
Make
still
sure you
20.
get that tent.
Yeah, basically everything.
Are you want to move it over like to here, so you can get more in there? That'll still be 20. It's up to you. I'll put it back where you had it.
I got everyone I want.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think. Well, let me double check here. Actually, yeah,
I respect it.
those 2 aren't in it.
You gotta purge the afflicted, dude.
Oh,
They're
wait.
beyond saving.
this is mercy.
They got
Can't
throat
take-
leeches. They got leeches.
That's good. That's good enough,
Okay.
man. They did this to themselves.
Did you target all of them yourself, like just then?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. This is your action, I'm assuming. This isn't a meta magic.
Yep. This
Okay.
is just my action.
Oh my god.
Hold on a moment as Fantasy Grounds tries to calculate.
Only 24.
That is a lot of saves. Like,
See, I was gonna empower it, but then you'd have to manually check every single one.
I'll just go ahead and delete all the dead ones here.
Yeah.
You killed Niles,
Yeah.
You'd only
okay.
matter to the live ones.
and then you kill a guard as well.
And then, 1, 2, 4. Bonus action to teleport on the other side of the gate.
Okay. So from up here, Huckvar and Bumblebee, you just hear this roaring flame, and what is the 19 for?
Almost a wild magic surge.
Oh, because it's on a
Spell.
20.
Just any spell, yeah.
That's true.
Alright,
All right.
that's my turn.
So you guys hear this as this fireball, a second one now, and you start to hear like people screaming and burning to death. You look over and then suddenly you see, shoop, shoop, like, boop, and suddenly Asher's on the other side of the wall and running. Flint is going to, with his jump, going to just get a running start and kind of turns back, looks at the carnage, and yells, "And let it be known that this is the day that you almost caught Captain Flint," before getting a running start and leaping 36 feet over the gorge. to safety. And then trying to hide. Kind of just find some foliage to hide in and let everything kind of, die down. 11 stealth. He feels okay. Hakvar.
How sturdy is that lever?
You don't know.
Like, is it a tree?
It's like a
or is it a kind of
like
1 inch?
it's more of like it's like a winch. Like you'd have to like wind this winch to open the gate.
Oh, so there's rope.
It's essentially. I mean, it's a pulley system.
Okay, yeah. Then I'll run up and I have.
You look down. It's about 20-25 feet down as well.
Cool. I will cut through the rope.
Okay.
And then hop over.
Okay. So go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Save.
All right, you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage and you land prone.
Ouch. Hey, kept concentration.
What are you concentrating on again? Oh, pass without trace.
That's the trace, yeah.
Yep. Okay, that's right. Okay. Tribal warrior time. You know the drill, Bumblebee. Well, this guy's out of range here. This guy's out of range here. This guy's not out of range. Why was it? Oh, because you raged. That's right. 12 misses. Guys, I believe out of range. Out of range. Out of range. Out of range. Bumblebee.
I'm just gonna climb down with my cat claws.
Okay. You gonna leave the gate closed then? Like you're,
Yeah,
you're,
no one
you're
else
not
is in
opening
there,
it,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start climbing over.
Yeah, your party made it out. Okay. Lorsa Bill Waddle. That's a weird fucking name.
I'm gonna go right here if I can make it.
Okay. Okay, so you hear, so at this point you guys are outside the camp. You hear them, like ringing some bells, waking up the rest of the camp. You hear the dwarf's voice call out. The dwarf calls out, "They killed the captain. They killed Bleepa, or what the fuck was his name? Jesus, I fucking forgot his name. I feel bad now. That's my fault.
Niles?
Niles, yeah.
Bill.
I'm
Niles.
trying to remember his last name, but shit happens, I suppose. They killed the commander. Put together a searching party. We're going to find them. Get that gate open. And
I'm
you hear-
actually
Okay.
going to.
Oh, so you would hear all that at that moment. Okay. Are you teleporting up on top or in like the ground floor?
Up on top.
Up on top. Okay.
Another fireball.
Oh, we don't have a fireball, but we do have level 2 chaos bolt. I was
Okay.
up right at. Oh yeah, I think it was the guards, and then it was.
Fuck up the bench.
Yeah. You're the top of the initiative order, so.
Fuck, where is it? Chaos bolt.
Okay.
Advantage. Tides chaos.
Tides. All right.
There we
Hits.
go. We're gonna power this.
Okay.
My last sorcery point.
All right.
This is where it gets interesting.
Blowing the load.
So we're re-rolling the 3.
Okay.
This is a D8.
Mm-hmm.
We roll up to 5 times. No. Oh. Oh.
Hey.
That's
So
actually
20
not
points
what
of
I
damage.
wanted. But yeah, 20 points of damage.
Okay, so it's an additional 5 on what he already took. Okay. He's looking.
Yeah.
He's looking kind of hurt.
Okay. That'll be it. After that, I'm just gonna teleport away.
He's still standing. Okay.
Gone. But that's on my next turn.
Okay.
And whatever the hell they do.
Alright. So are you still up there or you're teleporting away?
I don't have a bonus action.
You already
Oh,
teleported
okay,
in,
that's
so-
right, that's right. Alright, so you're standing up there. Flint is hiding. Huckvar, anything you're doing?
I'll get up, start running towards these boats.
Okay.
Actually,
What's up?
nothing.
Okay. Okay, tribal warriors are going to be looking at you then instead. Let's say at this point, this guy's gonna start to run up. Now that they've started to sound the alarms. This one is. So it's going to target you. He can, at disadvantage, he'll throw his spear at you. Disadvantage drop to 20. That works out in your favor. Tribal Warrior 2 is going to.
Oh, wait. He's gonna have more damage on him. It didn't upcast it. Forgot. Did it
Okay.
manually.
How much more damage?
56.
Okay. Got it. Still looking pretty hurt. Tribal Warrior 2 is going to target Asher. He's already thrown his spear, actually, so he's just going to run over here. He's going to dash up to the top. Tribal Warrior 4. There's so many Tribal Warriors, dude. He doesn't have a spear anymore either, because he threw it. Tribal Warrior 5 does have a spear. He'll step up to get into range. At disadvantage. Natural 1. These guys in the back. Just gonna run up. Tribal Warrior 7. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Oh, Jesus Christ. Target you. Throw his spear. 19 to hit.
I'll shield it.
Shield. Alright. That's not hit. That is his spear gone. This guy's already thrown a spear. Bumblebee.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez, indeed.
There's boats right here.
Mm-hmm.
Into pair boat. Cut at least 2 boats, if I can. Loose. And then yell back to everyone quickly. I'm gonna take the boats to escape.
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty. Alright. Lorsa Bilwatal is going to knock her longbow. Aiming still at you, Asher. First shot, 7. Second shot, a 7. Cool. Dragon Race done. Ord reloads his heavy crossbow. Starts to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Starts to move towards the ladder. Before, before taking a knee. And I'm going to fire a shot from the heavy crossbow. 17, believe, misses with shield.
Yeah.
Okay. Arnold Pernay is going to reload her crossbow as well. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, making her way towards the ladder. I'll say she doesn't really have an angle here for the crossbow. So she'll shoot prior. And then she'll move up. Natural 1, so it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna move all these guards unless they're like, yeah, let's skip the guards. Next round, Asher.
Okay, let's finish this up.
The cards aren't gonna be able to hit you
Once
guys.
again,
Mm-hmm.
upcasting chaos full level.
Okay.
You,
Okay, at.
the same man.
Oh
Oh,
my
wee.
god.
Okay.
This man.
So this is this.
How do you want to do this? How do you want to kill this dwarf?
Well, this is gonna be more than just the dwarf.
Oh, because chaos? That's right.
Yeah. So he's just gonna
Pop.
fucking explode.
Okay.
What type of damage does it do? I think it's psychic.
Choose one of the
It's
d8s.
thunder. Okay, and because
So,
it got double rolls, it
yeah,
bounces.
thunder.
Do I have to make an attack roll?
For the
the
same
next
number
person.
on both d8s. Oh, because of the crit. The 2 crits are the 2 8s. So it leaves to a different creature of your
Make a
choice
new
within 30
attack
feet.
roll.
Yeah.
Turn A. We'll say this is all the same thing. Okay.
How
So it's just
dope
him.
would that have been if that was a 22? Alright, so Asher, standing atop his perch, lets loose this crackling bolt of chaotic energy that ripples with lightning. And you see this just like spiderweb pattern rip through Ord's body. His head pops, and this lightning leaps towards Perne, who manages to get her shield up just in time to shield herself from both the lightning and the spray of brain matter. Alrighty. Anything else, Asher?
What a way! What a way to wild magic surge.
Oh no.
Flumps.
This
Flumps.
is what
Okay.
I got
I talked
flumps.
about before.
Let me find some flumps real quick, dude. Flump. Oh, hey, dude, here it is.
And
What the
then-
fuck are these things? Oh my god.
Whoa,
I love
what
it,
are
dude.
flumps?
Let me roll a d6. 3 flumps.
3 flumps?
3 flumps.
Okay. So these flumps appear. Unoccupied spaces within 60 feet of you and are frightened of you. I'm gonna have the flumps appear. How big are flumps? Oh, they're small.
It'd be great if they were just huge. These massive, fluffy things that are terrified of him.
Okay. Oh, that was the wrong button. There we go.
Wow. Alright, and then I'm gonna bonus action, teleport 20 feet away. And then
This is a flump.
run to the boat.
Flump.
And
Okay.
fuck do flumps do?
I feel like those eyes though. Those eyes of the flump. It's the eye of the flump, it's the will to float.
Jesus.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh shit. Okay. Wow, they have a really high initiative. So it's now the flump's turn. With an initiative roll of 21.
They are frightened.
So this one's going to use its stench spray. So each creature in a 15-foot cone originating from the flump. Let's draw myself a cone here. That's not a cone. It's not a cone. Here's a cone.
You can't see the cone? There we go.
So it's going to angle its cone. It's stenchy, stinky spray. This way.
These poor people, they're already sick.
Well, now they're going to be sick and stinky.
Someone has to kill them.
Actually, no, it's going to do it this way. So we can get more people in it. Yeah, we'll get. Nah, we're gonna get Pernay. We want to make Pernay stinky. All right, stenchy spray. Fuck.
Wow.
Wow, dude. All right, well. Let's see. What the fuck? All right, interesting. Never mind. All right, well, they exude a horrible stench for 2 hours. Okay. This flump here is gonna float down to Pernay as well. Oh shit, hold up. Flump 2, Pernay. So make a tendril attack. Oh, I forgot to roll the actual attack. Hey, he actually hit though. Look at that. And then she has to make a Constitution save. She succeeds. Okay. Flump 3 is going to be frightened of Asher and not be able to get closer to him. It's going to fly up into the air to this tribal warrior here. And it's going to make its tendril attack. That's a hit. Damage. That's some damage. Constitution saving throw. Alrighty. Look at that flump, dude. Look at him go. That's the flump's Huckfar. Horde is dead.
I've got how many boats do we need?
Well, there's
Did we
just the
use
3 of you
2
right
or-
now and Flint. I'll say Flint is running towards you guys as well.
Did we use 2 or 3 boats before?
You're using 2 before.
2?
But you also had Darius and like 500 pounds of gear on him.
Oh shit, who's gonna carry the gear? Yeah,
I can
what do I
carry
have?
a good amount.
The Raging
Oh.
Cat.
I can carry
I'll
like 90
light-
more.
Light some torches. Wait, shit, I even have torches.
You have everything else possible, so I would be surprised if you don't
I
have
only
torches.
have 2 torches though, so those are
Okay.
too valuable. I'll just I'll take the ores out of these 2 boats, the top ones, and just toss them into the river for hopping on this boat,
Okay. You got it.
cutting the line.
Okay. Cutting the line. You see now, as they're kind of rushing up to the top of this, up to the top of the gatehouse and trying to spin the winch, you see them spinning it, and the gate isn't opening. The rope being cut seems to have severed the pulley system. And they're dealing with these flumps as well.
These guys just had a really bad day.
They're also, I mean, they're all sick and sickly, and now they got flumps for the next minute. It's a real bad day to be them. But you guys hop in the boats. Are you immediately leaving, or are you waiting?
I'm leaving.
I'm
Alright.
leaving.
Heading out. Okay.
It's good having
Like-
you.
I'm assuming that I'll kind of stay close to the shore until Flint has the chance to get aboard.
Yeah. So he comes running out of the woods like Jack Sparrow style, running through the field in one of the later Pirates of the Caribbean movies, chased by the pygmies. Just running full tilt towards you guys. Hops into the boat. And you guys get going. Asher and Bumblebee in one boat, Flint and Huckvar in the other.
Yeah.
Alright. So you guys start to paddle away in the darkness, upriver. And that is where we will leave off for tonight.
Yeah, good shit.
Good shit, guys. Good shit. Alrighty.
You can't control us.
We'll just blow you all up with fireballs.
Try to lock
We're not a part
me
of your
up.
system.
Rage against the machine, man. We're like not part of your system, man. Alright, you guys.